On its surface, this sounds like a sad story. A remarkable man we introduced you to 2 years ago lost his battle with cancer yesterday. But I can tell you, Ernie Devald would not want us to be sad. And when you see the legacy he left behind, I guarantee you'll be inspired, maybe even joyful.
To Lauren, my hero. There's a reason God put you here. Perhaps it was to bring us cheer. You make the darkness.
To meet someone as nice as you truly makes the gray skies blue.
Ernie Devald's talent was a rare one, the ability to put words together beautifully, and with poetry, put a smile on the faces of everyone around him.
I think he found his calling.
That calling surfaced in 2007 when the retired postal worker became a volunteer at St. Rose Hospital. We learned about him in 2010 and featured him in our newscast.
Okay, here we go. Now they're going to make a dealer out of me.
He was spreading joy through the pediatric ward, helping young patients like Jamie facing horrible diseases.
He makes everything easier, just makes everything a little lighter.
Ernie could relate to his young friends because he himself was fighting a similar battle. He was diagnosed with inoperable prostate cancer in 2000. At the time, he was told he wouldn't live a year. But that didn't dampen his bright spirit.
I think God sent me here. You know, I was supposed to pass away, and I really think I'm outliving all these death predictions, and I really believe I'm getting my strength from these kids.
On January 11th, 2012, Ernie lost that valiant fight. He leaves behind his wife of 36 years, Debbie, and their only daughter, Stacey.
Everyone talks about Ernie being the most fantastic volunteer, but I have so much good to say about he is my husband.
First and foremost, he was always like my protector and my hero.
He was very loving all the time, but he had so much humor.
As I got older, he really became a friend to me.
His girls were his whole world.
As wonderful as it was a burden too, because we would sometimes go, gosh, what if anything happened to us? What would Dad do?
So his wife encouraged him to get involved.
He literally started volunteering because he was retired and getting in my way. And I had to say to him, you better start walking. You better go take a walk and find something to do, volunteer work or something.
It was fate. Debbie never imagined what a part-time volunteer job would become for her husband. One poem for a sick child turned into poems by request. And before they knew it, Ernie was volunteering 50 hours a week.
He would have never fulfilled his life's purpose if the hospital didn't happen.
He said he was giving to them and never realized that it was a gift back to him as well.
And Ernie enjoyed his newfound celebrity.
He loved it, and he thought it was the coolest thing to have Channel 13 and to have Nina and Oscar. I mean, he just loved it.
While Debbie and Stacey are both at peace knowing Ernie is no longer suffering, there's so much about this great man that they'll miss.
I will miss just having his friendly smile and his laughter in the house.
I'll just miss who he is, his spirit.
A spirit that brought hope to so many in their darkest hour. Now, Ernie became close with several of the patients and their families at St. Rose. Many of them came to visit him in his final days, and the impact he had on many of them was profound. Debbie and Stacey told me they take comfort in the fact that Ernie really fulfilled his life dream by doing his work at the hospital.
His passing's so sad, but as you said, also inspirational. And, you know, he wrote poems for a lot of people, including you.
He wrote several poems, actually, for me and Oscar, our photographer, and Julie, who was our producer at the time. When we first went to interview him, we walked in, he had a poem waiting for us. A follow-up story that we did, and these are a couple of them. I have them posted on my bulletin board. When we did a follow-up story, he was honored as a healthcare hero. He had another poem, and he did send me one, too, when my son Brady was born, so that was really special.
Some of his poems are hilarious. He had quite a sense of humor, Ernie did.
He did, and some of them are actually even published as fundraisers, so pretty neat thing.